Hey, this is Justin from the Blessing Boys. Today we are in Leander, Texas, and we came across this massively overgrown property. The woman who owns it actually lost her husband, and so did her neighbor, and they're stuck trying to care for this property themselves until it sells. So today you're in for a treat as the boys and I wrangle some major vines from this fence, clear what looks to be like mud carpet off this big driveway, and fight to finish in time before it ends up getting too dark to work. This yard turned out absolutely incredible.
Make sure you stick to the end.
Let's get into this yard. Yeah, it doesn't look like this has been opened in a while. Hey, sir. Can I ask you a quick question? Do you know anything about this house over here that looks all overgrown and stuff?
He passed away. And his wife, I don't know if she put on the market yet. Best person to talk to is a neighbor there. She kind of got permission to take care of the house, you know?
Oh, she did? Okay, that's great. Hey, hello. I was looking at this house next door that looked like it needed a little lawn care help. I actually talked to your neighbor across the street. So me and my sons actually, we go around and once a week we look for just houses in the community that are unkept, and we do it completely for free. So, yeah.
Okay. You sure you do it for free?
Oh, yeah.
I can get to, open the gate and let you look around to see what you're getting into. I'll meet you over there.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you.
Okay. I can't, me, mowing, my neighbors have kind of helped me get the edge, and then I take the weed eater to that every so often, but I gave up. I had this all cut down for a while.
Yeah.
This is my little pile of lately picking up branches and stuff.
Yeah.
If y'all would like to do that, that's fine.
Yeah, we'd be happy to.
I can give you the code to the fence. I appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
Believe me, as a person who's taken care of this for that long, yeah.
Yep.
I lost my husband, and then the next year she lost her.
I know that'll be a big relief to kind of get it off our hands for sure.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you so much. You have a good day.
I got one thing you could do for me if you would. I mean, I don't know.
Right.
Do you have a hedge trimmer?
I do. Yeah.
I got probably about a 10-minute job. You got a good hedge trimmer.
Okay.
Two, whatever you want to call them, bushes, whatever they are, in the front of the house, on the front walkway.
Yeah, yeah.
I got one on each side. Growing crazy, and I don't have a hedge trimmer.
Right, right.
So I got to do it by hand.
Yeah, yeah.
Take forever.
Yeah, for sure.
And some of that stuff's hard to cut.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I appreciate it when you get those two.
Absolutely. We can hop over there in a little bit.
Yeah, just square them off.
Yep, square them off. Okay.
And that should
Two right near the front walkway, you said?
Yeah.
Okay,
right
perfect.
by the road.
Yeah, we'll swing over there
That's
in a little bit.
like I say, a good hedge trimmer. Beep, beep, done.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
Probably cut them in about half.
Yep. Okay.
They're pretty overgrown.
Okay, will do.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely, no problem.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Looking good over here, though.
Yeah, we're getting there.
I didn't know it was that overgrown until I seen you mowing it.
Yep.
Pretty high.
Oh yeah, sure
Gonna
was.
do the back too?
We're gonna do the back, yes sir.
Yeah, that's good.
We'll kind of start up here and work our way through.
Yeah, they came last year before, cut some trees down. You might have some stumps out here.
Yeah, we'll have to be careful of that.
Watch for those.
For sure.
Okay, thank
Yep,
you.
good stuff. All right, we'll see you in a little bit.
All right.
all trimmed up. Hope that was helpful. I'm gonna head back over to the main yard.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, before we get back into tackling this yard, I want to take just a moment to share with you some of the info on the sponsor of today's video, Element. I'm super excited about partnering with them now because I've actually used their products for a couple of years. And if you know what we do, then you know it's crucial for us to stay hydrated out here on these yards. And that's where Element has been a complete game changer for all of us. Element is packed with electrolytes that our bodies need, things like sodium, potassium, and magnesium, without any of the sugar or the weird additives you get in other sports drinks. I used to get those midday slumps while we're on the job feeling super drained and would just push through like the rest of us. But with Element, I seriously started to feel clear-headed and ready to go. Even the boys were shocked at how much better they felt after adding Element to their water bottles. Now here's the really cool part. They have some pretty amazing flavors. Of course, I've got my go-to raspberry salt, but they have everything from citrus salt to even some special flavors for colder days like chocolate salt, which is a great addition to your hot cocoa or your coffee. Remember, hydration is also important in the winter too. And you don't have to take my word for it. They're actually offering a free sample pack with every purchase. That's one stick of every flavor for you to try out so you can see for yourself. How? Just go to drinkelement.com/blessingboys. That's drinklmnt.com/blessingboys, or click the link down below. And if you're not loving it, hey, it's risk-free. They'll give you a full refund, no questions asked. So hit that link, grab your sample pack, and stay salty with us as we continue to bless others. Thanks, Element, for sponsoring this video and helping us out. Now let's get back into this yard. Judah, show them your cool grasshopper. See you out there.
Howdy.
Are you guys seeing this? I have never seen soil layered like this on a driveway before. Look at how thick this is. This stuff is so heavy. I'm having to chop it in like 4 and 5 foot pieces. Look at this. I can't even pick that up in one drop. I mean, that stuff has been growing for years, and it's all, that's how it's layered all the way down there. This is wild. That is a big amount of soil. Okay, absolutely.
Run a few errands.
Yeah, no problem, no problem.
I started cleaning all this up. It was like, okay,
It's a job.
I'm a neighbor,
Right,
you know, and it's like just trying to keep up with it.
yeah. Stuff, especially when you have this type of growth,
Yeah.
the vines and stuff like that,
Yeah,
they
and
don't.
then it's been like 100 degrees for a while, and
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
no, I'm not playing there, thank you.
No, I hear you. I hear you. No, but
You already
we're,
improved it.
yes, we're making good leeway, so we'll see how far we can get.
Yes.
Cool. All right, let's see you a little bit later. Thank you.
It's a snail. It's a big one. And its body is out. Look at this snail.
That is a pretty good lizard over there.
Look at this snail.
Did you get the lizard yet? Is it still there? No, wait.
Look at that snail. Ooh, it got shy. Went back in. Look at it, it's slowly coming out.
Yeah, it's true. It's 100% accurate.
It's coming back out. Look at that snail. See its eyes. It's one of the coolest snails ever. Over here we're doing pull-ups. A little offset. Walk. Back to the snail. Look at that thing. Goes in.
Alright, Judah.
Sorry, it's cool. That's Judah signing off for later.
Alright, a little bit concerned because I thought this driveway ended right there at that log. It seems like there's an extension and it goes out further. So I was hitting concrete here. This looks like the yard, doesn't it? Here. Still concrete here. 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 Uh-oh. How far does this thing go back? Okay. Okay, now we're at dirt. Golly. I did not expect it to go back this far. Yeah, that's concrete there. See if we can find this edge. So, good news and bad news. Bad news is it extends about 15 or 20 feet further than I thought. Good news is it's gonna look pretty darn good on those before and after shots. Gonna have a whole brand new driveway. take a walk through again and check this out. There's a lot of times you'll catch out of the corner of your eye some big stone, big rocks. There's some fence piping and stuff like that. You really don't want to get that stuff on the mower. It could break your mower, but in the worst case scenario, it'll clean you off. out this little tricycle. This is kind of neat that I found. This looks like an old one. I can't see what brand it is, but let me know if you know. I'll show you a close-up of the logo on there, and we'll see if you guys can let me know in the comments if you know what type of tricycle this is and how old it looks.
this little lizard right here. Ooh.
All right guys, as you can see, it's getting super late. Good thing is we've only got a little bit left to do around this fence line. We want to make sure that fence line is really clear, using my light from my phone so you can see me. But we're finishing up here. I don't think you're going to be able to see anything on this camera. The GoPros aren't that great with low light. So we're going to cut the camera here, finish up, and come back in the morning for before and after pictures. But the good news is for you, that'll only take 1 second. So super excited to show you guys these before and afters. This property came out tremendous. Yeah, it was just so good, and excited to show that to you guys. Thanks for hanging with us throughout this entire day. A lot of work, big transformation, but so worth it for this lady. Hopefully she can get this property sold now that the outside has a little bit of curb appeal. So appreciate you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.